Hey, what's up guys? I am Nate Meist. I love to resource worship leaders in whatever way I can with helpful and encouraging content. And today we're looking at the song, the amazing song, Reckless Love, and how to approach it on an acoustic guitar. So let's get into it. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk about concerning this song is the tempo and the time signature, the feel of the song. The time signature, I don't want to get too deep into this, and I'm definitely not a professional in the area of music theory, but I think it does help to know kind of what the time signature means in regards to this song, because this song has this kind of really cool feel to it, and it's good to understand what is behind that feel. The time signature is 6/8, and again, without getting too deep into it, basically what that means is there are 6 beats to the measure, and those beats are eighth notes. So in actuality, it sounds like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dun 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 dun. 5, 6, 1. Dun 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 dun. 5, 6, 1. So that's kind of the feel of it. And by knowing the time signature and how many beats are in the measure, that kind of helps you to know where the notes land, and where the words land in terms of phrasing. And it's important, especially with this song, because it can be a little tricky finding your placement in terms of where to sing these words. Something else that I wanted to address real quick is that when you go look up this song online, the chord chart, you might see a tempo that says 56. When you put 56 into a metronome, it's going to sound ridiculously slow. And that's because 56 is basically just the ones. So the 1, 1, 1. If you heard that on a metronome, that would sound super slow. Like, how can you even play to that? So what you need to do is, within whatever metronome you're using, is add what's called subdivisions. And those are going to add the in-between beats within the measure. But anyway, so just in case some of you out there, you look up the 56 tempo and you're like, what the heck is this? That's why. One last thing I want to talk about in terms of the tempo, in terms of this time signature, is how I'm strumming the song. And how I'm strumming it really helps me to keep time. And basically, all my down strums are those 6 beats within that measure. So when I'm playing it, I'm going to be playing it like in an open E position on capo 2. But my hand is going like this. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my strumming is, I'm basically keeping those 6 beats per measure with my hand. Alright, so let's get into the chords that we'll be using for this song. There's a total of 4 chords that we'll be using. I am going to be playing it in the original key, I guess you could say, which is F sharp, in the open E position. I have the capo at the 2nd fret, and I'll be kind of up here playing that kind of open E position, which is actually an F sharp. There are a million ways you can play an E chord. I kind of like up here. It kind of gives me easy access to the other chords that I'll be using, and I just like it. Sounds open. It's a familiar position for me. The next chord we'll be using is a C sharp minor, technically a D sharp minor, which can be played down here, which I really like, or I'll play it kind of up here. It's kind of a thinner sound up here. I like the sound of this guy better, but The one up here gives you easy access to the chords that you'll be needing later. So they both have their pros and cons. And then the next chord we'll be using is the C sharp major, or in the E position this would be the B. And then finally the B major, or in the E position it would be the A. So those are our 4 chords. Alright, so verse 1. Let's jump into each of the sections of this incredible song, and let's talk about where the words are going to fall in terms of that time signature that I was talking about. So where that first word falls is right after the second beat in the measure. So it's going to sound something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Before I spoke a word, you were singing over me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. You have been so, so good to me. 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Before I took a breath, you breathed your life in me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. You have been so, so kind to me. 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Oh. So that's kind of how the words will fall in terms of where the beats are. With the guitar, I'm kind of doing like this. That kind of feel. Before I spoke a word, you were singing over me. You have been so, so good to me. Before I took a breath, you breathed your life in me. You have been so, so kind to me. Only you. Like I kind of mentioned in my last acoustic tutorial for Here's to the One, I'll put a link to that video up in the cards and in the video description, but I kind of talk about dynamics, and same thing goes for this song again. You have to use dynamics to your advantage. So when you can play things low, play them really low, and when you go to the high parts, play them really high. Don't give away too much too fast. Wait for your strongest, loudest chorus to be near the end of the song. When I play that first chorus, like what I'm going to show you now, I'm not going all out already right from the get-go. I'm kind of playing like mid-energy. I don't want to give away too much. I don't want to show all my cards in the beginning of the song. So you really got to use dynamics to your advantage, especially when you have one instrument at your disposal. So this is how that first chorus would sound. I'm going to sing the last line of the verse, the first verse, and then go into the chorus. You have been so, so kind to me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Instrumental. verse 2. When I was your foe, still your love fought for me. So I come out of that instrumental and then I go straight into verse 2. For verse 2, I play it like I do a lot of other second verses of other songs whenever I'm playing just on acoustic. I like to give it a chunkier vibe, a more palm muted vibe. You're taking it low, sonically speaking, but with the palm mute, you're actually giving it some more momentum and energy. And again, in that Here's to the One video, I kind of explain what palm muted means and how to play your acoustic guitar with a palm muted feel. But I kind of use that feel on the second verse of this song as well. So it would sound something like this. I'm going to play one of the instrumentals after the first chorus and then go into the second verse. I was your foe, still your love fought for me. You have been so, so good to me. When I felt no worth, you paid it all for me. You have been so, so kind to me. And then into the second chorus, which has a feel much like the first one. Again, I'm not giving everything away yet. And then it goes into the instrumental again, which again played a lot like the first instrumental. And then we find ourselves in the bridge, that super powerful, amazing bridge. For the bridge, we're going back to that whole dynamics thing. It's a good point to take a break sonically. You've played the chorus now a few times. You've kind of been ramping it up with volume and energy, and we get to that bridge and you can kind of just let it breathe before you ramp it up to basically as high as you're going to go within the song. So for those first two bridges, you can kind of choose how you want to approach that with your acoustic. So you can either just strum softly, or you can maybe just strum once and let it ring out. Or if you're comfortable, you can finger pick it. Either way, give it some room to breathe during that part. It's a great opportunity to do that within the course of the song. Alright, so let's go ahead and go through that bridge section. I'm going to go ahead and do that whole kind of hitting one chord and letting it ring out thing. I kind of like the way that sounded, and I want to see how it feels. So I'm going to play the instrumental before the bridge one time, and then I'm going to play the entire bridge segment, which is like 4 bridges put together. So this is kind of how that would sound like. Here's the bridge. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. Keep building it. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, you can kind of see how I built each bridge segment. It started with just kind of letting those chords ring out. There's no shadow you won't light up. And then the next one was kind of more of a consistent strumming pattern. There's no shadow you won't light up. The third one was kind of that same pattern, but a little harder. There's no shadow you won't light up. And then the fourth and final one was like all down strums, because I really want to kind of gain that energy, that momentum as I'm going into the final chorus. So it kind of provides that really kind of driving feel. I really love the way that sounds. Finally, I'm going to go over a few embellishments musically that I kind of like to play within this song. One is in the chorus, and it's in that third line when you sing, I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it, still you give your... It's when you sing that you, still you. I like to drop down to the 3 or the A sharp when I sing that you. And this is kind of what it sounds like. I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. So it just sounds so cool to drop down to that 3 on that you. Just musically it sounds cool, and it's also fun to play. The second embellishment is dropping down to that low E chord or F sharp down here. And I like to do it maybe like one time within the bridge to kind of like change it up and to build some energy in that last part. But it would kind of sound like this. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no way you won't get down. So dropping down to that E just kind of changes it up musically, and it just sounds kind of powerful when you need it to be. So that's it. That's how I would approach Reckless Love on an acoustic guitar. Really use those dynamics to your advantage. Also, don't give it all away in the beginning. Don't show all your cards. Leave your most powerful moments kind of closer to the end of the song, and that will really help to kind of keep the song interesting, being that you only have one instrument to play it on. But I wanted to ask you guys, do you have any song requests of songs that you would like me to show you how I approach it on an acoustic guitar? Leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you, and I'll see you guys in the next video.